what's up? Happy mid-Wednesday to you. I hope your Wednesday is flipping along fantabulously. I hope your week, a matter of fact, couple of weeks has been rocking this entire planet. I hope you showing up at full throttle, the full version of who you are and the highest version, understanding that, yeah, nobody gets to kill our vibe or steal our joy. And our attitude, reactions, and responses is ours to dictate. So that means no one gets to dictate what kind of day we have. We can be out here doing that thing that only we can do, and we can do it joyfully, regardless. So first, I would be remiss if I did not publicly thank, oh my gosh, everyone for the food drops, for the prayers, for the fundage, for all that you guys have done for me as I had emergency surgery last Friday. Y'all don't know, but I did, and I just had to publicly thank, though I privately went through it. First thing you need to understand, everything is not to be posted, y'all. Like, everything in your life is not a platform to people to look into your lives. You have got to keep your private life private and your personal life personal. Now, yes, we have things that we use our life, we want to share with each other and all that. Social media is great for that, but just remember, it is a tool. It is not to dictate to your life. There are people that that are offended, that have been offended, that are angry. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you post it out? Well, I did it to the people who needed to know, but understanding this, one, everybody doesn't need to know everything about you, and two, you need to be darn careful of, are you just posting to be heard? Are you posting to be seen? Are you posting to get this sympathy for prayers? Are you really want the prayers? Understand, boo-boo, everybody is not praying for you. Some folks is praying on you, and they try to use information against you. Off top, you don't need to share everything with everyone. And yes, I get it. You do. Some people's feelings can be hurt if they were not informed or included, but your life is not to include everyone in every aspect of it. And so, because we are conditioned to post everything, we are throwing away private lives, and it is harming us. And so if you have this sense of guilt because someone is angry because you didn't say anything, get your priorities straight, boo-boo. We really don't owe a post, right? You don't owe the word. We get to share. It is not a mandate that we share. Keep the platforms for what they are for. Use them as the tool. Encouragement, empowerment, like we get to see what's going on in each other's lives, but it cannot be your life lived out in totality on these platforms. And so I do have to, though, publicly thank everyone, because anything anyone does for you out of the kindness of their heart, and they don't have to, man, that says a lot, and it gives hope. And I got some great people in my life, and so I publicly thank you. So okay, today, though, I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. I have some downtime for a couple of weeks as I recover, and so it's good to use the time, make the most of whatever is going on in your life. Use it optimally. And so these kind of things always gives me a chance to self-reflect, to do some work in myself, fine-tune, apply things that I've learned, go about, is this helpful still, or was that a hindrance, or was this thought right about that? And so every year, you guys know, I always do a thing on forgiveness, and so I thought this would be a good time to do that, since I've had some work I'm doing and learning new things about forgiveness and the lack thereof. And so I'm using this time for that. Oh, and by the way, I'm fine. I'm recovering wonderfully, better than anybody could have ever expected. So yeah, let me just throw that out there. So I want us to talk about forgiveness, because by now, because it's like self-care is like the big hot button thing. You cannot, I mean, in our churches, in our podcasts, in our online, in our memes, in our, we know now that we need to be taking care of ourselves. Gone are the days when you do not include yourself in care. We generally want to be healthy, mind, body, and spirit. Like, we know that all three are tied together, and we need to do the work to ensure that we are taking care of self, understanding that you can't really care for others if you don't care for yourself. Now, sometimes we're going too far to the left or right, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're going to talk about today. We talking about today the generalization of, we pretty much know now in good self-care for ourselves that forgiveness is a thing that we have to address. For our health, for our well-being, we've got to. We know generally that you and I have the need to release the betrayal, of the offense and pain. We know that we need to forgive and not hold grudges, right? Like, we know that the release of these offenses and releasing the pain is healthy and is beneficial to us for just our general well-being. I think we pretty much get that. We know that unforgiveness is like drinking the poison and expecting the other person to die. I like to look at it like it's a cancer, and that's going to permeate if not treated and eventually consume you, and you'll die from it. And so it's like that untreated cancer. So we get that. We get basically the need for it, why, but even though we basically get it and we generally have this head knowledge that we need to release, the pain, we need to release the offense. The head knowledge ain't heart knowledge, y'all. Head knowledge of that thing is not heart knowledge. And if it remains only head knowledge, then you cannot do the corresponding action or have the corresponding effect of it being an action to do, being a lifestyle, being a part of your reality. It will remain just theory, something we playing with, but it won't become an actual reality. So the application in a lot of areas, like, we'll apply it to, but in reality, I'm trying to apply it over there, but I can't over here. So see, that's that false sense of forgiveness that we have, that I think that the generalization of it has kind of boxed us in, because sure, I can forgive that thing. That thing really doesn't offend me much, but at the point of my pain, where it hits that it really bothers me, then that's where I struggle to. And that actually is your gauge for how forgiveness is. It's not the things that you can easily forgive or easily let go, or the betrayals and past stuff that you have done. No. What's current, boo-boo, in your life that you are struggling to forgive? That is where you will know where you are at. Is it just head knowledge, or has it become a heart transformation, a lifestyle? Has it infiltrated your life so much that you are apt to do the actions, make the moves required to live freely in forgiveness, instead of the fortress of unforgiveness, the prison of unforgiveness. And so there's just a couple of things that I want to hit, and I will be out of your way today. So we need to understand this thing right here. When you forgive, don't think that the person you forgive is thinking about how they hurt you. When you forgive, don't think that the person you are forgiving is thinking about how they hurt you. Boo. If this is not one of the main reasons that we get stuck because we are waiting for them to acknowledge our pain. We are waiting for them to somehow acknowledge the pain, care about that they hurt me, and then I'll move on. That is not how it hurts. Child, do you understand? Folk don't eat. Half the time, they don't even know that they hurt you. They don't even know they caused you pain or offended you. You know why? Because we selfish. We are just thinking about ourselves, and we are acting from a place of our brokenness, of our issues. And so I'm not thinking about you. I'm not thinking how this affects you. I'm not thinking, oh, hey, this has hurt you. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about, well, how is what I did affect me? How does this affect me? How is this tied to my life? You see, you cannot be one that is waiting for the acknowledgement of the validity of your pain. Nobody has to validate your pain. Nobody has to give you the okay, the stamp to say, hey, yeah, this was a bad thing. It hurt. You don't need that. Yes, it's good to have that. Oh my gosh, people think that, oh, I can get over. I can start on the road to healing if I just get this person to acknowledge that they're sorry that they hurt me. I was about to say fool. I'm sorry. Girlfriend, guy friend. If people were so concerned about your feelings, do you think that they would have done the offense in the first place? I'm going to just leave that out there and I'm going to move on. So please don't think that the offender, the person that hurt you, is thinking about how they hurt you. Man, you're going to do yourself a disservice. You're going to be stuck in unforgiveness for a mighty long while if you are waiting for some people. The next thing is, this was when my mentor, you know, when she said this, I don't even think I knew what I did with this, but she put verbiage to the actuality, the reality of what actually forgiveness is. You are not going to like this. You are not going to want to hear me. You're not going to take this with a spoon of sugar. This is probably going to be a pound of salt. You forgive in isolation of your offense, not in correlation to their offense. You forgive in isolation of your offense, not in correlation to their offense. See, we think forgiveness is about letting the other person off the hook, not wanting them to get the penalty for what they've done. Forgiveness has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with that person. This is not saying that you excuse, and we are saying that a wrong is a right, or what they did was not damaging, was not painful, was not. But the thing you need to understand is you forgive in isolation of yourself. It is for yourself. And so when you isolate that thing, and the isolation should be that, y'all, we being real with ourselves. It's not a when they did this. It's about when they did this, I. Did you hear me? When they did this, it's in isolation of the offense, not in correlation with the offender. When they did this, the only part that they have in your journey of forgiveness is the acknowledgement from you that what they did to you did this. Hard pill to swallow. Because I think once we break that tie, once we understand and take the responsibility of that, we somehow think that we're letting them off of responsibility for what they did. Well, boo-boo, they're not responsible for how you handle what has happened to you, how you allow it to affect their life. And I'm talking about anything from the worst thing. They really are not. You cannot give that person the responsibility of your general well-being and how you are going to view what it did to you, your emotions, or how it harmed you. They are not responsible for that. They're responsible for what they did. And trust me, folks gonna deal with themselves. And it's only when they deal in isolation with themselves, they're even cognizant, or they're even a change of like, yo, I shouldn't have did that. Oh, that was harmful. Oh, I see, that might not have been a good look. That was the wrong thing to do. So it is in isolation of your offense, not in correlation with that. And I believe the biggest hindrance to that is we have been conditioned not to be real with our pain. We want to deflect to the actual offense, but we don't want to say, yo, and be vulnerable. Hey, this jacked me up. This did this to me. I can no longer trust now. I don't believe people. I don't like this particular group. I can't be involved in that because that happened. So we are lying to ourselves, y'all, and we've been taught, we've been conditioned since little shorties to lie to ourselves. What am I saying? Survival in this country for some people groups has necessitated the mastery of masking our emotions. Even genders have played a part. Girl versus boy, man up, don't cry, real men don't cry, or whatever, or those wrongs, those things that have hurt you. You've been conditioned to lie like it's not a thing. Like we're mastering our emotions because it is a part of survival. Well, you need to get that, though it might work to keep it pushing, and though it might work to surfacely get us through, and it was seemingly smart, y'all, those moments have crippled us to our core where we are not comfortable with the emotions to sit in isolation. We become deemed that emotions are hard, they're unnecessary, or they're negative. Listen, your pain and your emotions are valid. What that thing did to you is valid, and it needs to be acknowledged. You just need to understand. I need to understand. It does not need to be acknowledged and validated by the masses or by the offender, but it has to be acknowledged. It has to be made real and worked through from you, from me. It cannot be invalidated. That's a lie straight from the pits of hell, how we are doing it. We're trying to surfacely say, okay, yeah, this hurt, that was wrong, but I'm gonna keep it pushing. Okay, you're gonna keep it pushing, but you're gonna keep it pushing with the poison of unforgiveness, because if you do not validate and acknowledge what that thing did to you, then how then can you come from a place of truth to then do the real work that you need to do? Ain't nothing wrong with this stuff. Folks is crazy. The depravity of humanity, folks can do some stuff that is out of this world, and you can't see how someone can do this, and you can't see how someone cannot see that was not a good thing to do. Like, who out here doing this? Where they do that at is what we're thinking. Well, they do that here. They do that on earth. And you have to understand that though that is the case, and people are not thinking about you when they are doing these things to you, like that broken people hurt people, that they're reacting from their stuff, it still needs to be acknowledged and worked out through, because they did this. I had this happen to me. Forgiveness is going to come from in the isolation of yourself and the offense, not the correlation with them and the offense. And so always, 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 y'all remember, ain't no use of lying to yourself. Ain't no use of, continuing on with the, it's like a straight jacket. It's like handcuffs. It's like a prison of unforgiveness, waiting for someone to come acknowledge you and giving you clearance to then work through your stuff. Don't you wait on nobody. Don't you wait on nobody to deal with this mess that has offended, hurt, betrayed, brought you pain. Pain is real. Emotions are real. They are the gauge by which we know who we are, the core of us, the essence of us. You don't want to isolate because you think there's somehow something wrong with you because you have not done it. You've been basing it upon the others when all along it's been for you to just deal with you. Yeah, scary thing. Yeah, you might need a little help. Y'all know I'm the girl. Get you some therapy, get you some wise counsel, get you some something. There's books, there's things, there's so many ways that we can work through our stuff. And as we do that, unforgiveness will then stop hindering us, and we will be free to live our lives. So we don't, you understand, we don't do certain stuff because of unforgiveness. We don't go certain places because of unforgiveness. We don't try certain things because of unforgiveness, because it's tied to an offense that somebody else did to us. That is crazy as heck to let that stop me from living my best life, doing the things that I want to do, trying the things that I need to try. Me living a full life because I am limited by unforgiveness. I'm limited because I don't want to do the work in isolation of what that unforgivable thing done to me and release them. This is not about excusing them. It's about saying, okay, boo-boo, you could be as jacked up, you could be as ratchet and raggedy as you want, but as for me and champagne, I'm gonna go about doing the thing that I need to do, the work I need to do for me to forgive you, because this ain't about you, boo-boo. This is about me. There is a place that it is about you. Is a good place to be. So please, girlfriend, guy friend, look, how's your forgiveness game going? All right. So this Saturday, I will be at the May brunch hosted by the United Women in Faith at Asbury Mount Olive, 1196 Southwest Buchanan. To the date this Saturday at 11. I'll be there speaking. If you want to catch that, of course, you know, we have Queening is out, so get your copy of that, champagneloyd.com. And Victorious Women Retreat is quickly approaching. It'll be September 9th and 10th. Everything's all inclusive, $55, y'all. We're gonna be at Forest Park. We're gonna have a big sleepover, and so it's going to refresh, recharge you, and hopefully reiterate to you the victorious woman that you are. We're going to have 88 spots, but they said if I go over 88, I can get to 100, and so yeah, I am so looking forward to that. So I appreciate you guys. Love you. Your biggest fan, praying for you. You get out here this week, and don't you let unforgiveness limit you. Don't you let unforgiveness paralyze you. Don't you let unforgiveness damage your emotions. Boo, it's real, it's relevant, if it's happening to you, it matters. And so deal with it, and then you will be free to go and do those things that we want to do. I love you guys. Be blessed. Don't forget to join me Saturday at 11 at Asbury Mount Olive. And remember, don't you dare let them kill your vibe or steal your joy.